Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we finished up day 1 of investigations for Turnabout Samurai, so it's time to get into the trial. Yep, this is the most recent save. October 18th, 10 a.m. District Courtroom, Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammers in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It's impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to that fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call at most familiar face Detective Gumshoe to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe the case to the court. Yes, sir, I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio. See? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of the action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studio was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And there it is, Studio 1. There is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammers, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? Yeah, skip it. I think I can probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval. Samurai spear. The spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name?
My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please.
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names. Yeah, this is like, what, the 20th time Edgeworth has had to ask them to say their name like 5 different times?
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. So even when I was young, still how the other children make fun of me and just believe it. But there was this fat boy, he called me an old bag, well, I just cried it.
Objection! I object to the witness talkativeness.
Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on that stand. Oh, I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony.
Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, I was. And
their voices are too close to each other.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to spy you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony.
She sure is one hell of an old bag. Witness's account.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the gas station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing a run through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the gas station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting me because I saw a man walked by at 2 p.m. It was Powers, the man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
You saw the defendant. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. On the day you arrived, why were you late? So, up until that time, anyone who wanted to go into the studio...
Well, that wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You need an employee card key to get in.
Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is, no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Oh, was there anyone at the studio when you arrived at the guard station? We already knew he was there. What sort of errands did you have to run? What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question.
Actually, I was watching poor Hammers and Powers observing, you know.
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammers run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years.
Wow, I want to see Steel Samurai run-throughs too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Okay. Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Tell us what happened next. You were there until 5. The murder happened at 2. Oh, who walked by at 2? 2? You're sure?
Sure as spit.
Well, who was the man?
Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was.
Okay, first, let me go look at the autopsy report. Time of death, 10:15. At 2:30, cause pierced through the chest. Okay, so that matches up. So, you saw Mr. Powers.
That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny.
Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again. It was him.
Well, I don't think you have the grounds to say that. Because this picture just shows the Steel Samurai walked by. Let me get this straight, Oldbag. Miss Oldbag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't. Oh well, I mean, I wonder. Yo, Edgeworth, you seem real caught off guard right there. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But, that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, witness. He's having trouble calling her Oldbag, apparently. However, you do have proof that this person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Noisy old man. Of course I have proof.
What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. New testimony.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Mr. Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at the picture. You can see he's dragging his legs. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So... That was... very wrong. Jesus. So, he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. I feel that's safe enough. I saw Mr. Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. Oh, what a laugh. So, Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed where it hurt.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankles.
You may continue your testimony. What prop did he break? He broke a prop?
Sure did, his own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
If his outfit was thick enough to absorb so much blood that there was barely any, if zero, bloodstains, how could a duct tape spear pierce all the way through him? This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in my court records. Samurai spear, the murder weapon. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot, okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there was one thing that bothers me. Which is? Where is the Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure, Your Honor? I want to object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in the photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else, not caught on camera, could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., right? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious looking past by at all.
Nobody's suspicious looking. Right. What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before one? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. and I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention,
Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
that's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy? Old Windbag sure has balls, or, well, you know what I mean. Old Windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. Okay, so here? How do you know that?
Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, it told me everything.
I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officers' fondness for donuts. So what evidence do we have? Guide map. Key card. Oh, if we just go to where she said... How do we... I guess this is one of those times where we do the age-old tactic of try everything on everything. So... no, that's perfectly true. Wait a minute, this is photo 2, so if we present it, is that fine? Hey! Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny.
So, whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture.
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right, anyway. It's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
And that very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
Even I know what that means. It was taken at 2 p.m. on the October the 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. The evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there's only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself.
You watch your mouth, you whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
Well, the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to me.
Can the witness explain to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help.
Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what that means either.
Some help you are, you whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate, someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
I see. Your testimony, please. Also, let me turn down my mic. It looks like I've been peeking the mic almost the entirety of this recording. Boop. And you know what? This also seems like a good place to stop it. I'll see you guys in the next episode, where we look at the other person. So until then, bye for now.